Hello, this is JD from J&D Audio coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. I wanted to share this video that I did this past weekend with a friend of mine's band. We rented out this studio for video purposes, actually. And I used 5 video cameras, and I used a multi-track recording system, the PreSonus system, and recorded 15 tracks of audio with 5 cameras, and I was working it alone, so to say the least, I was running around like crazy. But anyway, let me show you what happened, and then I'll explain to you some behind-the-scenes stuff later on, if you're interested. Otherwise, here's the video.
Tell you what you can do with all love. Alright, let you know, girl, looking good, you're out of sight. Alright, just move yourself in the sky like a 747, and you lose yourself in the sky just like the clouds in the heaven. Looking good. shoes and stand up. Stand up. Oh, well. Let this groove set the movie alright. Alright. Oh, let this groove set in the shoes and stand up. Stand up. Alright. Huh.
That was, like I said, my friend's band over at the studio that we recorded at. And we recorded the video at, actually, and the audio. Yeah, I forgot. It was a live thing. Anyway, so let's go and dissect this, and I'll show you guys what I did on this thing. Some behind-the-scenes things. So here's my board, and on this side, over here, I have my buses, and on this side over here, I have my individual channels. So these last two channels here, that's the audio coming from the camera, and over here, this is the audio coming from the video, actually, that I edited in Premiere Pro. So we're not really listening to that one. Both of these we're not listening to right now. So this is the camera audio, and this is the process audio after it's been bounced and mixed down. And then these are the individual tracks right here. And then, like I said, on this side over here, I have my buses. And as you can see, I have this metronome and preview bus. That's just in the program by default. I didn't bother to turn them off. But I made a bus for my reverbs, my lead vocal, my background vocals, instruments, and the drums. So that's basically how I like to do it. That way I have, an individual fader for all these individual tracks here. So I just grouped them. I put all the lead vocals, whoever sings lead, on one bus. The background vocals, I put them all on one bus. All the instruments, I put them all here. And then the drums, I have them in a separate bus right here. So if I wanted to bring down the instruments, I could just bring down this one bus, and I wouldn't have to bring them down individually, and I would maintain the ratio from one instrument to the other without messing that up. So that's a pretty cool little process that I can do. And anyway, so let's get to this thing here, and I'll show you what it sounds like before and after. So that's always really interesting. I just want to concentrate on this area right here. All right, so that's why I kind of highlighted that, because I don't want to go past there, because then all this other stuff is other songs I did. And I found out it was easier to just let the camera roll and not stop between every song, because in that way, you don't have to line everything up. I mean, it's not analog tape anymore. It's not expensive, so you can just keep it rolling, So in the old days, you used to have to try to stop it in between every take just to save film, because it was expensive. But now it's all, done digitally on SD cards. So just buy an SD card and let it roll. That's what I do anyway. It just makes it a lot easier. So here's my my console right here. There's all my vocals and my instruments and my keyboards, my drums, and that's basically it. So basically I have the guy vocal, the girl vocal, the keyboard player also sings, the vocal on the sax, he sings, trumpet, he also sings, drums, he also sings, guitar player, he also sings, a lot of vocal mics. And then I have a mic on the sax, then the guitar, the bass is DI going in, keys, I have DI left and right, and then the drums, I have mic'd, I have the kick over here, and then I have the left and the right overhead. Since it's a live thing, I don't really need to mic all the drums, but less mics to deal with and less bleed through, since it's all a live performance. It's all in the same room. If it was in a studio, it'd be different. I could mic all the drums. Everybody's all separate, nice and neat. But for live performances, this is easier. And especially if you got good musicians, they know how to keep the volume down, and it just makes the job a lot easier. Anyway, so let's look at this. Let's play this thing, and let's kind of do like a before and after. I'm going to show you what it sounded like through the camera mic, which is right here. This is the camera mic. That's the camera audio, what you're listening to now. That's the audio going straight into the camera. Now, if I were to let you to listen to the other audio, that's the audio that's coming from the multi-track after I've mixed it all down. Big difference. Let's go back to the regular audio. So let's look at this thing here. What do I got going? So here's all my tracks here, like I mentioned before. Now let's look at the board here. This is the board. So how do I have these things routed? That's what I want to know when I see these things. So as you can see, I got the guy vocal, the girl vocal right there, the keyboard vocals, and vocals from the saxophone player, the vocal from the trumpet player, the vocal from the drummer, the vocal from the guitar player. And then I got the instruments. There's the sax, the guitar, bass, keyboard left, keyboard right, drums left, drums right, drums kick. Now I found it easier on these sessions, rather than to write the person's name down on these strips, I write down what instrument they play or where they are. That way I don't have to remember names, because when you're working real fast like this, and when you're one person, if you write the people's names on the strips, you have to think 2 times before you do your moves. You got to go, okay, that guy's name is Tim, and he's playing the trumpet. And so you have to look at your thing and you have to go, oh, okay, where's the, you have to look for Tim or the trumpet, And so it's kind of like, wow. 2 things. You have to decipher the name with the instrument and the vocal placement. So if you have just where they are, or if they play an instrument and sing a vocal, you just write the instrument and vocal. Like I wrote sax player vocal instead of the guy's name, Tim. That way I know exactly where to go. I go, okay, sax player. Who cares what his name is? I just want to know where he is. That way it's a quick thinking process for me, especially when you're doing a one-man show. So just a little tricks of the trade type of thing. You don't put the person's name down, because then you got to think twice. You got to think instrument and what name goes along with that instrument. And that doesn't make any sense to me. To me, it's instrument, boom, it's right there. You know who to look for. Anyway, so that was my tip on that. So now, let's listen to the camera audio. So that's the camera audio right there. Right away, you see that the fullness is gone. I mean, there's no separation. It's just, you hear a lot of the room. Nothing is present. But then, since these mics are real close to, the singers are singing right on the mics, so their voice is a lot more present than the room noise. So right here, the camera, of course, is far away from all these people. So it's picking up the room at the same time, And of course, there's no processing on that. I could gate it a little bit and fix that camera sound a little bit, but why? I'm running multi-track audio. So let's listen to the multi-track again. See, a lot of things too. When you have a videographer, guy that does videographers, videographer. I don't know. What's the elephant? Anyway, accent. Timing. When the videographer does their thing, they're usually concentrating on the video. They have excellent video, but usually the sound comes out like that, like this. Where me, on the other hand, I like the sound to come out like this. But that's just me. Most videos look pretty cool, but the sound is kind of like lacking. Anyway, so that's where I come in. So I'm an audio engineer first, then a videographer. I mean, I don't really consider myself a videographer, but I've been around it for so long that I've kind of seen how people do stuff. So I try to mimic that. I know my lighting and stuff isn't the greatest, but it gets the point across, and it's a band. What you want to focus on here is the music, the sound, not the video. Especially, it's not a music video, it's a live performance video. So you want the sound to be perfect, and that's the way I look at it. I can't stand that. So let's see what we got here. These are my master buses. Let's pull that aside. Well, we can do it to there. Yeah. Well, let's pull it all the way over so I could see all that I've got here. Okay, there's my buses. I got my master, and like I said, this metronome and preview, I just use it for monitoring and stuff, but and for a metronome when I need it, but I don't need that right now. So we're going to concentrate on the master bus here, and then I got a reverb bus, a lead vocal bus, background vocals, instruments, and drums buses. So, and here's the tracks over here on this side. Okay, so let's move this back over. Let's go to the tracks. Let's go through this. Let's run this. Here's my kick. This is my kick. That's what's going on now there. Now let's add the turn this down here. Let's add the overheads. Here's my right overhead, and there's my left overhead. As you can hear, this is live, so you're gonna pick up some vocals. So, you can do a little gating, which I did mainly on the vocals. You can see here I've got gates going on in here. But on the drums, I just left it. Since he's back there, figured I just wanted to leave the drums as pure as possible. So that's the drums right there. I have a drum bus right here. So if I solo this, I got the drums as well. But see, look at here. I got a master volume for all these drum things. I got a master volume there for all these three. They're all grouped into one fader, which is like really cool because I could do this. See, that brings all the drums down without me having to play around with three faders over there. See if I can remember where I had it here. All right. The lead vocal. Let's see what that sounds like. Actually, I got them tied into to here.
We can boogie on down, boogie on down, boogie on
I kind of have like the lead vocal there, kind of like a parallel compression thing. I'm not only have them bust to here, but I also have him coming out of here straight to the master. So he's coming from here straight to the master. He's also coming from here to here, which gives me another boost on him. So it makes his vocal stand out a little bit more. Because if I take his thing off of here, it just gives him a little ump. There's the background vocals.
We're gonna groove tonight.
And then, unlike the lead vocal, I didn't put them going to the master at all. Now we're gonna go to the to the instruments. So let's start this over. This is getting kind of long, huh? So that's why I played the video first, in case you didn't want to listen to this junk. But, you know, it's techie stuff. I kind of like it. So there's the instruments. Okay. And as you can see in the instruments, let's see, what do we got in the instruments here? Let's look over here at the main strips here. So let's see, we got... Here you can see what we got with the levels here. And I didn't include the drums in the instrument. Let's move this over a little bit here. Yeah, I didn't include the drums in the instruments, but I included it. I have a separate bus for the drums, like I was showing you earlier over here. But this is the instrument, so I included in the instruments. It's all these levels that you see here. I got the sax, guitar, bass, keys left, keys right. So if I solo the guitar, that's a guitar. Amazing, huh? And then I also got the bass. See, now those I consider as instruments. That's why I put them all on this instrument bus over here. And then I also have the keys. And I have the key stereo, as you can see here. And this is the, I'm soloing the bus. Now the horns are meshed in with the instrument. I didn't want to put a separate thing on it because they're meshed in with everything else anyway. But they're part of the instrument. The reverb bus. So basically I made a reverb bus here, and when you do a reverb bus, you take the dry signal totally out, because you're using the dry signal from these tracks over here. You're using the dry signal from here. Let's see. This is the lead vocal.
So baby, slice it right. We're gonna groove tonight. Yeah, let this groove. Let this groove. It's all right.
All right. Thanks a lot for hanging out. And I know that was a bit long, but you don't have to watch the whole thing. You could just watch the beginning or the end where I played the whole video. Anyway, talk to you later and see you guys on the next one. Later.